morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody! Welcome to another episode of the Cameron Woolley Show. Across from me is Ming Chen.
What's up, everybody?
And I'm Cameron Woolley. Woo, baby! I'm feeling good this week, at least for this week.
Welcome to the home of the New York Giants fan club, everybody.
Wow,
You're number one.
Holy shit!
You're New York Giants, NFC's leading New York Giants. Was it first time since how old? Last time?
I think.
How old were you?
Okay. I said the last time since I was 8, but we might have led the division for a couple weeks in 2015.
Okay. I mean, that can...
Okay, regardless, it's been a long time for my age.
Right.
For someone who's 16 years old, it's a long time.
Sure. And maybe, say 3 weeks ago, you couldn't have imagined this would happen. Maybe, maybe 4 weeks ago.
Okay, 4 weeks ago, I couldn't have imagined this. But after they got that second win against the name redacted, then...
Name redacted.
Then,
yeah.
Then... I thought, wow, this Giants team is actually the most complete football team in the NFC East, and
that's now
that's been proven time and time again. Even though these games they're winning them, granted they don't look great in them, they're still winning these games.
You know, the best team in a division. That's all relative. Might I add, because this division, man.
This division's awful.
This division's horrendous.
Awful. They're awful. Granted, the Giants, I'm not trying to say they're good. Granted, they're competitive and they look functional.
Might I remind everyone out there that the Giants are 4-7, leading the division.
Yes.
The Detroit Lions are also 4-7,
and they're last.
And last in the NFC North. To see if anybody else matches up.
The San Francisco 49ers are last place in their division.
They are, yes.
And they're 5-6. I think, or 5-6 or 5-7. I don't know. I don't keep track of that stuff too much.
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos, who are third in the AFC West, I believe, would be tied for first.
Yes. There we go. 4-7. Yes, you're right.
Yes, and the last place, Los Angeles Chargers, would be half a game back.
It would be half a game back.
Or they'd be a game back in the win column, a game back. Okay, 2 games back.
Right.
They'd be 2 games back of first.
It's pretty ridiculous.
But yes, it's stupid. It's horrendously stupid. Okay, if you scroll down a little bit, let's look at some other AFC teams.
Yes.
The New England Patriots would be leading this division.
Yes,
the Miami Dolphins would be running away with this division.
Yes, they would.
The Houston Texans would be tied for first place.
Yes, they would. The Browns, the Ravens.
The Browns would be leading this division.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by far. And then, the Broncos. And the Chargers.
The Raiders would be leading this division. There are so many other better and level football teams in this league. Help, the Atlanta Falcons would be tied for first in this division. This is truly a not once in a lifetime, but this is like a once every 20-something years kind of event. I don't think we've ever seen a division this bad in NFL history.
Yeah,
granted, there might be a time, in the Super Bowl era, at least, because it's like, I don't know.
Guys, they weren't wearing helmets the last time.
From Bart Starr back. That's just a wormhole.
Okay.
That is just some kind of...
Bart Starr.
Just a mutt of... Just a casserole of football history that I don't know too much about. The only thing I know is Frank Gifford and Jim Brown.
Right, yes. Yeah.
And Night Train Lane, who I've mentioned a couple times.
Yeah, and they were barely wearing helmets then, so...
They were wearing leather helmets.
Leather helmets, yeah.
Frank Gifford, by the way, one of the most underrated Giants of all time. Just like to put that out there.
Oh, sure. And he probably had about 20 concussions, too. Keep that in mind.
Before they found out what concussions were.
Yeah, they didn't even know what it was. Like, you just rub some dirt on it. Get back out there.
Like, what do you mean? What do you mean your pupils look like a cat in front of a ball of yarn? Get back out there.
Yeah, what, you're seeing double? Okay, run between whatever you're seeing and you're good. Just run between.
Hit the one in the middle.
Yeah. That being said, I mean, the reason you played the regular season, though, is to get to the playoffs, right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
So, and then the playoffs...
Logically, it makes no sense for the Giants to make the playoffs. They're still fundamentally far away from being a good football team. They're competitive. They're in these games. They're playing good games against good teams.
Right.
I will say that. I'm not going to say they're just the abomination that they were, even as recent as last year.
Sure.
They aren't that bad. they're functional, but they're not good. It would make no logical sense for this team to win the division. Think about it. If the Giants were drafting in a good position, they'd have a chance to draft a guy like, okay, Penny Sewell is off the board at this point for the Giants.
Okay.
If they were in a good draft position, and I remember I had a very long conversation with a few friends of mine about this who are good football minds. They're good football guys.
What was the result of this conversation?
Well, the result of this conversation, everybody was telling me, dude, you shouldn't want the Giants to win the NFC East. I'm like, yeah, no shit. I know I shouldn't want the Giants to win the NFC East.
Which sounds so absurd, though.
Like, yeah, I know it sounds absurd.
As a fan,
I know it sounds absurd,
yes,
but remember,
but
these are guys who all came together because they're all part of the urinating tree fandom.
Right.
That guy oozes cynical sports takes.
Karen Woolley show, guest alumni.
Show, guest alumni,
yeah,
urinating
and if you know, urinating tree does not mince words. He does not think logically, but he does speak honestly, which is why we love him. And
he's a great guy. Great guy.
Yeah.
Dude, this week in sports ball is literally this. Okay, I'm gonna veer off topic for like just 1 second.
Absolutely.
I'd just like to say that this week in sports ball is my generation's NFL primetime.
Yes.
Like I'm talking it's something that on Tuesday night or Wednesday night or whenever the day after the last NFL game is played, like
or in the case of this week, Thursday morning.
Yeah, Thursday. It was released on Thursday.
Oh my God.
It was like a collab of a bunch of YouTubers, but I'm talking. This is premium NFL programming that ESPN has not had since NFL primetime.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I'm talking, I eat this or not. I eat that. I watch it when I eat dinner.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, I sit on my bed. I go the PS4. I go on to YouTube.
Yep.
And I go on This Week in Sports Ball, and then whatever meal I eat that night, I eat that, and I watch This Week in Sports Ball. It's a tradition that everyone has, or not everyone, but a bunch of people.
It's have
taken.
Some people sit in front of the TV and watch Jeopardy. No, This Week in Sports Ball.
Jeopardy, man.
R.I.P. Alex Trebek.
Yes, rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
But anyways, the New York Giants, the cynicality, or the cynicism, if you will,
yes,
of my friend said, dude, you shouldn't want the Giants to win the NFC East. I'm like, yeah, I know I shouldn't. If I'm looking at this from a pure logical standpoint, it's terrible for whatever team wins the NFC East.
Yes.
If you think about it, the real loser of this division is the team that
wins
it because they're probably gonna
crazy.
Because they're probably gonna get mutilated in the playoffs in the first round. Because like I saw a little bit of the playoff picture right now. As of right now, I think the New York Giants would host a playoff game against the LA Rams, who they played well. Yes. They lost by 8 points, but a patented Daniel Jones interception put an end to that. And if not, it's probably whatever second place team in the NFC West that the Giants end up facing.
Yeah.
Which, or it could be the Buccaneers, which granted the Giants also played really well, and if not for a couple Daniel Jones turnovers, like I'm not trying to say that this team isn't competitive. They're in these games. They're playing these guys well, and that's a testament to Joe Judge and Patrick Graham and maybe a little bit of Jason Garrett. But
how many of their losses were like 3 points or less?
Like
bunch of
I
them.
think every or by like a touchdown or less.
Yeah,
a touchdown, a 2-point conversion less. So 8 points or less. The only 2 losses were against Pittsburgh, who's 11-0.
Yep.
Granted, a very sus 11-0.
Absolutely.
I learned that on Wednesday night.
Oh yeah, yellow and black is definitely sus.
Okay, yeah, yellow. Yellow is sus.
Big time sus.
But granted, they're still 11-0. The Giants lost only by 10 points in them, although granted it was probably 16 because it was a dumpster. It was not a dumpster garbage time.
Right.
Darius Slayton touchdown that brought them.
Yep.
And the other game was against San Francisco 49ers, which is just a total ass kicking.
Yes, it was.
In all respects, and every team has that every year.
Right.
Every team has that one loss where they just don't have it.
But yeah, Tampa Bay, the game against the Eagles. What's the freaking Boston?
Boston Scott.
Boston
And
Scott caught that touchdown.
Evan, that was more Evan Engram's fault, if anything.
He should have caught
Like,
that ball.
I'd
Yes.
put down Evan Engram. That game
was-
against the Bears was well within striking distance.
Sure.
They were going up against kissing titties over there. You should be kissing titties in every
Right.
single respect.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, they're not the Jets. They're not completely horrible. They're not. they're not the
If
Jets.
anything,
they're not Jacksonville.
If anything,
They're not the
this
Bungles.
is the first year in a long time where I've been able to look at the Giants in a tier above the basement. Like, in so many years, it was, okay, the Giants, the Jets, Bungles, I don't know, like Lions or
Right,
something
sure,
like that.
yeah, perennial basement dwellers.
Yes, the basement dwellers, they're feeding off the rats. And they're drinking the plumbing leak, whatever that's down there. But this is the first year where I can say that the Giants have officially climbed out of the basement. Granted,
Right.
they're in only one tier above the basement, which is still bad. But at least they're somewhat respectable. At least people look at the Giants on their schedule and don't roll their eyes anymore.
Right.
Unlike what it was in 2017, 18, and 19, where it was, oh, sweet, we got the Giants.
Yeah. And they're on a 3-game winning streak, ladies and gentlemen.
They're playing
Seattle.
They're
this
playing
week.
okay football, and it's against the Seattle Seahawks. And it's probably going to be without Daniel Jones. But first, let's do a quick recap of Week 12. The New York Giants against the Cincinnati Bungles.
Yes.
For all intents and purposes, this was one of the
Ugly.
ugliest games I've
goodness.
ever seen. This was dirty. This was
Some kind of weird.
this
hat trick.
was a Wednesday.
Fumbles,
This was a
turnovers.
Wednesday martini at a nightclub. Dirty.
Yes.
this
and it
was-
seemed like they're all playing drunk on martinis. So. I got plugged that in. Keep talking.
Yeah, it's just. Anyways, this was one of the nastiest games I've ever seen. There were so many points in this game where the Giants should have run away with it. Granted, the Giants played great for most of the game, and by great, I mean sparingly enough. And the Bengals couldn't. They were stuck in quicksand. Thanks. And the Bengals couldn't move the ball, which, granted, was probably because Brandon Allen was starting. And the Bungles, they closed in a little bit. Brandon Allen threw a touchdown. T. Higgins, 2.5 minutes left. Giants got stuffed. And then punt coverage, late game punt coverage, which for some reason is a curse for the Giants in so many ways. And then Brandon Allen back to throw. Oh my God, Jabal Sheard's coming up behind him. Oh no! He fumbles the ball, and then
Finally, it goes your way, though.
okay.
Finally it goes the Giants' way.
He fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by former Jay and Silent Bob's secret stash guest Leonard Williams.
Yeah, man.
And the New York Giants move to 4-7 and lead the NFC East. Yes. But it was just it was a great game by the defense, although that's saying nothing because the aforementioned Brandon Allen was starting. And all the Bengals needed was just one first down because Fat Randy can kick. Fat Randy is a really good kicker. Former New York Giant Randy Bullock, he kicked for like one game in 2016. Don't ask me why I know that.
I'm wondering why you know that, but yes.
Like, I know that way too well. And
Yeah.
But the worst part,
Yeah, this win did not come without a price, ladies and
it was so bad. This is an injury right when he started finding his groove, right when he stopped being gun shy, when he took risks, when he started to trust himself. Daniel Jones completely neglecting how to slide, ended up biting him in the ass like my dad kept telling me for months and years.
Literally.
And years. He was like, oh, man, you really gotta start sliding. He's gonna get himself killed. And, well, granted, he didn't get himself killed.
Right, but still.
But tweaked hamstring, just not good. Like, he was in pain, as we're watching the third down right now. 3rd and 2.
Looking, no one's there.
He still dumps it off to Wayne Gallman for the first down, who has been a fantastic surprise for the Giants lately. And Daniel Jones goes into the medical tent. He is now listed as doubtful for Sunday against Seattle.
You see that limping to the sideline. How far does your heart drop?
I go from...
Or are you just like, well, or are you waiting for the other shoe to drop? You're like
I'm just like, I was just like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Like, there was optimism for a second. And I remember I was in a call with a bunch of my friends watching this game, and I was in a call with a Bungles fan. Great guy, by the way, the owner of USD. Great guy. I remember we were just laughing the entire time, and we see Jones get hurt, and I'm just like, of course. Right when he starts to put up good numbers, he gets hurt, and now he's listed as doubtful for the biggest game of the season. The first meaningful football the Giants have played in December since 2016. Week 13 against the Seahawks, who... Swiss cheese defense. That defense is one of the worst in NFL history.
Yeah.
One of the worst. I think they're worse than the Jets on defense. I shit you not.
That's crazy.
I think in terms of pass coverage, they are worse than the Jets.
So this would have been would have been nice to take advantage of that.
Man, dude, Jones, I thought Jones would have played really well, and it would have been an opportunity to get a statement win, a big statement win. That would have been huge. To prove to the NFL world that...
The naysayers.
That the Giants would be like, well, it would shut me up, for one.
And you know that's hard to do.
It would shut me up.
You know that's hard to do, so...
Actually, it's not that hard. But
just buy some Taco Bell and he'll stop talking.
I have some big I'm a sports extremist, man. I have a lot.
Well, if the last 88 episodes haven't convinced you that, maybe this one will.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, just some. I mean, and now the Giants. Daniel Jones listed as doubtful, as I've stated before.
Yeah, and why rush him back?
I don't know why you rush him back. I don't know. I think it's a matter of what he wants to do and what the trainers want him to do.
Sure.
Although honestly,
I'm gonna guess that they're gonna have him sit out.
That they're gonna have him sit out Seattle, and they're gonna have to start Longhorns legend and former Cleveland Browns draft bust Colt McCoy.
Yeah, at least got a cool name. He did all right, 6 for 10, 31 yards.
Colt McCoy, although he missed a wide open Deion Lewis, he would have walked in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to admit that, Jones makes that throw.
He does.
Jones makes that throw
1,000%
easily.
Yeah,
easily most of the time. His best skill is dumping off to running backs.
Yeah. Well, he went in cold. He didn't know he was going to play that day, so mentally,
maybe some first
team
reps might get him pumped up, might get him familiar with the offense.
Yeah.
Or I don't know how much more familiar you could get with the offense if you're a backup quarterback. You're standing there with a clipboard the entire time reading the offense. So he's literally on the sideline reading a book on the cover titled Jason Garrett's Offense.
Yeah.
And then in parentheses, read this just in case Daniel Jones blows out his leg.
He's got in a little thing that says break in case of emergency, break glass in case of emergency.
It's like the Ned Flanders emergency baptism kit.
Yes, yeah, it's got
the emergency playbook.
Yeah, emergency playbook.
The emergency playbook.
Yeah, that Velcro thing you put on your wrist. It's got that in it, and a towel. Mouth guard, maybe. Yeah.
A mouth guard.
Yeah.
Headset.
Headset.
You got the headset in there.
Headset. Yeah. Well, don't look now though. Giants got a running game. Wayne Gallman, 94 yards, 24 carries, And a
I
touchdown.
tell you what, Wayne Gallman, that guy runs. And by run the football, he runs the football. When he's out there, I know I'm gonna sound very old school, but he's out there. He's running with a purpose. You know what I mean?
It's good to see.
Like he's out there. He's running. He's running hard. He's getting through the holes. Which, oh my God, holes! When the hell is the last time I've heard
Where
this?
did those come from?
Like what holes? Holes? What holes?
Yeah.
Wayne Gallman on the goal line, just punching it in. He has been so reliable. Him and Saquon Barkley in the next few years in the future are gonna be so good. Like imagine running twin back set. Imagine running like a twin back set with Gallman and Barkley. Imagine that kind of RPO triple option. I think that's the wishbone offense though.
Yeah.
Like a twin back, wishbone, I don't know. But just imagine that. Just that would be so cool. Like imagine
watch the 53 yards, man. Engram, man, you turned down the Jets, man.
Dude,
You could have made it.
Evan
in. It's all
Engram,
right. It's all right.
Evan Engram
Caught the
had
ball.
a really good game. Can I just say he had a really good game
He
except
did,
for the
he's feeling
fumble?
it, yeah.
Like except for the fumble.
Yeah, but look at
His
this route
hands
right
are mostly
here.
there. And granted, that fumble was mostly because of a fantastic play by Von Bell.
Yeah.
I remember watching the replay on that and just being like, well, shit. You can't really... It's one of those plays where you watch and you can't get pissed off at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's one of those plays where it's just, oh, man, yeah. Yeah, you can't
It's
do
like,
anything
oh,
about
crap.
that.
Yeah. For
Like,
sure.
yeah, we're good on him. Well, yeah, it's like when you're at a baseball game and, like, one of your guys hits it right on the screws.
Yeah.
And that's like a jumping play by an infielder or a diving catch by an outfielder. Like a really tough play, all you gotta do is just clap.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing else.
Like,
you gotta
you'd
props.
probably be in those situations. You'd be like, yeah, it was just a good play.
Yeah.
Like, I think Barry Bonds once at Yankee Stadium hit, like, a moonshot, like typical juiced up Barry Bonds did.
Sure.
And he had all of Yankee Stadium just giving him an ovation.
Yeah. It's like, good job, big head.
It was like,
Good
yeah.
job.
It's
Good
like,
job.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't do shit about that.
Well done. Yeah, look at Golden Tate getting the ball 4 times, and he got to pass, didn't complete it, but
I don't know
'Cause
what the hell.
well, everyone's doing these trick flea flicker plays now.
Yeah, it's
right?
not a trick play anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, granted, I love flea flickers.
I love them too. I think they're one of the
flea
greatest.
flickers are so cool, and if you do them at the right time, it catches the defense off
Yeah,
guard.
it's like, oh crap, I was supposed to cover that guy.
And it's hilarious. It's the kind of play where defensive coordinators and there's like the defensive backs, like you know how like the defense would reconvene after giving up a touchdown.
Yep.
It's just like, yeah, shit, man, you're gonna get
Shoot.
killed.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, coach is gonna kill you in film room this week.
Yeah, wow, how
He's
could
like,
you not have seen that?
Yeah, I
was
know.
Like, could have you ever seen that? Like, well, yeah, didn't see it. Didn't see
It's
it.
like it was like, damn, bro, you got mossed.
Yep,
yeah, coach is gonna kill you this week.
for sure.
But, okay,
And you know, you texted me. It's
speaking
like,
of,
man, that was an ugly win. I'm like, man, it's a win.
like I know it's a win,
especially
I'm
this
sitting
year.
there,
in
like I remember,
2020.
like I remember after seeing that fumble, I'm like, wow, we really should have lost.
I mean,
We really should have lost that
You were
game.
waiting because they got that punt on the 50-yard line, right? So
Yeah, they got that punt return on the 50-yard line. I'm like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
I've seen this before. Yep, roll the tape. Brandon Allen's going to run for like a 20-yard scramble.
right.
Or the tight end's going to get wide open.
Yeah, grab a couple more yards, bam, chip shot, field goal.
Although every field goal is a chip shot against the Giants, especially at that point in the game.
Sure.
But
That's
it was
talking
just...
about good field position, though, man. So you
But
were...
again, Brandon Allen. Joe Burrow starts for the Bengals. They win that game. Let's be honest. Joe Burrow
let's
starts
be
for the
honest.
Bengals.
Absolutely.
They win that game.
Absolutely.
Out of granted, I felt better about losses
Oh,
for this team
sure.
than this
like
win.
a legit loss.
Like a legit loss.
okay.
Like that game against Tampa.
Okay.
Granted, that game it was a little sour, but I was like, you know what? They really fought. They are in these games. They were in that game against a playoff team. You know what? This gives me hope for the future. This coaching staff clearly knows what they're doing. And you know that special teams, that return coverage, you know they're getting killed
Right.
this week. Like, I remember watching this game, and I was confident to say that. Our new coach is going to kill him this week.
Oh yeah.
Because Joe Judge actually holds his players accountable, unlike Ben McAdoo and Pat Shurmur, who just gave their guys a pat on the back, all for the sake of being a player's coach.
Wow, maybe the making them run laps is working.
Yeah, make them run laps. It's just
Maybe-
archaic. It's not archaic.
Old school though, man.
But like it's old school. Ground and pound, just bruising, just really good football.
Right.
Which is something I've not been able to say about the Giants in a long time. It's play that makes them look level with every single team they play.
Right.
And they're in these games, and that defense, I love that defense so much. James Bradbury is a lock for the All-Pro team, at least second team. He has been a superstar this year. Logan Ryan, I think he leads free safeties in the NFC Pro Bowl voting. He has been fantastic. Blake Martinez, he should be a Pro Bowler. He's been amazing. He's been a tackling specialist that learned how to cover, which is a recipe for success for linebackers. It's great. And that pass rush, oh, man, that defensive line, all led by who else but former Jay and Silent Bob, secret stash guest Larry Williams.
Larry Williams, man.
6 sacks or 6.5 sacks this year. I don't know.
Yeah, it's great.
Really great. You got sexy Dexter Lawrence on there, just a run stuffing machine. He's out there. He's doing great. He's paying dividends for that draft pick and that trade.
Yeah, I'm looking at these stats, man. I would have been pretty pissed if the Giants lost this game.
Oh my God,
they dominated in every category.
They dominated in a majority of categories,
Yeah.
but just that final 2 minutes, they just
total
kinda,
yards 386 to 155, 244 passing yards to
And
115, and 142
the
rushing to
Giants
40.
won the turnover battle.
They did one fumble, which again you said was kind of pretty.
A great play.
Pretty
It's
much
a really great play,
pretty
and they're
legit.
really good on third down.
Yeah, great third down
And
efficiency.
okay,
42%.
scroll down to time of possession.
Oh yeah, look at that.
They dominated time of possession. See, this is the kind of football that the Giants have played. Just back to the basics. No need to get super analytic with it. The analytics come when you're good.
Yep.
But as of right now, this coaching staff, they're looking at the big picture. What they need to do right now is get them playing some good old football. Just good old control the ball, win the turnover battle, just the pure fundamentals. And this team has done great with those fundamentals. They're making less stupid mistakes that are negating momentum shifting plays.
Yeah. I mean, it took 11 weeks.
Just really great stuff.
But
No,
hey.
no. It took like 6, 7, 8
Say
weeks.
again.
They were making these stupid mistakes
Right.
early in the year, but I've seen this thing called improvement.
Wow.
Yeah,
Go figure.
that's a word I haven't said in a while.
Wow.
And
Improvement.
I know I'm playing that I haven't seen this in a long time card, but the truth is I haven't. This team is fundamentally sound. They work. They're a unit. They're not just Saquon Barkley dragging the corpse of a once great organization around. They are a Saquon Barkley-less unit. They are a team. And I'm not trying to say that they're good, but all I'm saying is that they work. And if they do make the playoffs, all I can say right now is they will not go away easily. This team fights. This team gives everyone a hard time. Every single week. And all I'm seeing is improvement. Granted, this week was bad. This week was just not. This is not a very. Although, granted, the Giants dominated every single stat.
They did, but they should have lost this game.
But yeah,
Should've
if
lost
it came
this game.
okay, if this game was 58 minutes long, the Giants should have cruised by in this game.
Sure.
But again, those final 2 minutes, the Giants they almost outbungled the Bungles,
Right.
and And then the Bungles decide to outbungle the outbungling that the Giants tried to bungle to outbungle the Bungles. So
a lot of bungling
so
going on.
lesson to learn from this game is trust your fundamentals. Run the ball, control time of possession.
Keep the ball. Don't cough up the ball. Don't throw the ball to the other team.
and never trust the Bungles.
Yes.
All right.
I never do. So.
All right. I'm not gonna give a big preview for this week. What else can we say? The Giants are starting Colt McCoy, which
hey, at least he's got some experience. I mean, could be worse.
Okay, he's
could
not.
Be worse.
Okay, he's bad. He's a backup quarterback for a reason. If he wasn't a bad quarterback, he'd be starting for another team. He'd be starting for a couple teams,
1000%.
And then week 14.
But this is what's called depth, correct?
Depth. Okay, you don't go out of your way and bust up your salary cap.
Good point.
To sign a good backup quarterback because God forbid so and so gets hurt.
Right. However, if you look at the trend for this year, there are no starting quarterbacks left, that are not in traction right now.
Yeah.
Who's? I mean, it's like you can barely name anyone who's survived the season on the field this year.
Preseason, horrible conditioning. Okay. This season for the NFL has been a loss. This is a big loss, and Roger Goodell has gone out doing PR stunts like, we're not doing a bubble, which I don't mind the no bubble thing, as long as everyone's negative, which it's so inconsistent with how they're scheduling these games.
Very inconsistent.
Like 1 week, it's we're delaying this to week 18. We're gonna make a week 18 just for this game.
And then the other part is I don't care. I don't care if you put a coach. Well, they did care about putting coaching staff in, but it's we don't care where you got that QB. You guys are playing this week.
Oh my God! Yeah, Bronco with no quarterback. That happened. Yeah. Anyways, week 14 is probably when Jones comes back against the
Cardinals.
Slightly more sus-looking Arizona Cardinals. So
6-5.
Not bad.
Not terrible.
Not bad. They're good. They're a good team. Kyler Murray, he's really good. It's going to be a big test for this Giants defense, but week 13, it's going to be a big test as well. Russell Wilson.
Yeah, well,
Russell Wilson, DK. Dude, DK Metcalf versus James Bradbury. That's a battle. That's a battle right there. And then Tyler Lockett's probably going to score 2 touchdowns, get 170 yards off of Darnay Holmes or something, or Logan Ryan. After Xavier McKinney came back, Logan Ryan's gonna move back to slot corner or second corner, which is good.
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, even though Logan Ryan at his secondary position was leading Pro Bowl voting, but again, just put him there.
Yeah,
put him there. Xavier McKinney, he's a great talent.
And just recap, we picked 15 the Browns, and then 16 the Cowboys, right?
No, 16 they played the
17.
Ravens, who oh my God, the Ravens are now 1 game over 500.
Yeah, after last year.
Which holy shit! I remember I was looking at this game 3 weeks ago, the Giants are gonna get killed. But now purple is sus, everyone. Purple is sus.
Purple is sus.
Definitely sus.
And I don't care who they blame, whether they're saying the other teams are stealing their play calling. Come on.
It's called film. You look at film. That's what coaches do. They look at film.
Research.
They analyze. Homework. They do their homework, and by do their homework, I mean they probably just sit on Pro Football Focus for 5 hours a day. But
sure, play some Madden.
Granted, play some Madden. Madden's a good teacher.
Madden's a great teacher.
Madden's a good teacher for the basics of football.
Sure. Absolutely.
It's a great dude. You have John Madden feeding you suggestions Ask Madden. That shit works.
Yeah. Always good to hear his voice. You know you're in a good spot if you hear John Madden's voice coming out of your TV speaker. It's in this I would do this.
Well, you see, they were trying to run a jet sweep. Now, what you got to do on a jet sweep is you got to have the blockers on this side of the field. They didn't do that. The tackle misses the assignment. The linebacker blows through, and he's tackled for a loss. Now, what he needs to do is call something a little bit of a play action. And then he's gotta fit it over the tight end over the middle. Because that linebacker is going to be expecting a run. That's a good dialect for John Madden. I don't know about the voice, but
close enough.
But I do a lot of good impressions. John Madden is not one of them.
Yeah, they could win this game, and then
all is smoke and mirrors. Week 17 against the Cowboys.
Which could be either icing on the cake or a meaningless game.
Yes. Hey, Giants play their cards right, and the rest of the division sucks. They clinch in week 16.
Yeah, and that's not so far-fetched. The rest of the division does suck. So.
Yeah, the rest of the division's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. That division's one of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's a division where one and or two of the teams have basically given up. So, one definitely, but I'll be watching closely, as I always say.
Yes. Anyways,
so we can analyze on this amazing show, and best of luck against the Seahawks and
good Lord.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, man. Anyways, something else that happened this weekend. There was a fight. There were a couple fights actually. I remember you were texting me at like 12 in the morning while we were watching the fight. Oh, dude, this was so funny. Okay, now before we get to the main event, which didn't end up being the thing that was memed on Twitter all the time.
Right.
Mike Tyson, or as I like to call him, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. I make orphans of his children.
Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, both in their 50s, had a fight, and it was a good fight. I remember both of these guys, they looked mechanically sound. They were looking great.
Yeah, they
like, it was really good looking. They did not look geriatric. They actually looked.
They looked like they were in shape.
Yeah, they looked in shape.
Looked like they were ready to fight. They looked like they were ready to go. And they didn't do the. I don't even know if they had a weigh-in, but they didn't do the face-to-face grimacing and all that posturing. Yeah. They're we're just gonna go out and fight.
It was a friendly fight.
Yeah, Don King was nowhere to be seen in this, was he? I didn't say. Maybe he was. I don't know if he's banned. I don't know if they're. But he was nowhere to be found, as far as I know. And
it was a good little fight. It was called a draw. Which I disagree with.
Oh, totally. That was a political decision.
Okay, from round 3 forward, the only move that Roy Jones had was grappling.
Yeah, which they were pretty liberal on. The refs seemed to be like, all right, well, I'll give you a couple seconds. Are you guys rested up? Okay, now let's break it up. Let's fight. Yeah. He was very liberal.
All right. Did you take your back pill?
Yeah.
You take your back pill in the corner?
Are you spasming it? Did they go away? Okay, good. All right, fight. Yeah, it looked like
but Mike Tyson was he was connecting.
He was.
Especially like those body shots. You see he was landing there?
Yeah.
Like he was just going poof, poof, poof. He was taking at that midsection. He was looking great. He was looking fantastic. And for all intents and purposes, he won that fight.
I mean, no doubt, absolutely. I think this is the scorecard.
They called Roy Jones for 6, 7, and 8.
No chance. He didn't do anything.
No, he maybe might have landed a couple jabs.
Yeah, but so did Mike.
Dude, Mike landed body shot after body shot after body shot. He commanded the center of the ring. He had Jones on the rope the entire time. And he was going after him. He was looking great. He was moving. He was moving his head. His footwork looked good. Everything was sound with Tyson. Meanwhile, Jones was just there. He was like a really smart dog playing Monopoly. He was like he doesn't really didn't really know what he was doing. He was just there for the experience.
Yeah. Well, he survived. They both survived. Let's be honest. These guys are
like he was just sitting there like, son of a bitch, I'm not getting knocked out by a 54-year-old Mike Tyson.
Right.
then every single time Tyson would go after him, he land a couple punches, and then Jones would grapple on him.
Yep. Yeah,
it's just like
good strategy, though.
I was watching this with my friends. I'm like, dude, Tyson beating the living hell out of him.
Yeah.
Well, not beating the living hell out of him because he held back.
There's no doubt he held back.
Tyson definitely.
Absolutely no doubt he held back. He could have landed some. We've seen that uppercut. We've seen that right hook.
Dude,
now, granted, it was 20 years ago or whatever.
Going around like he dodged and he boom hit that left.
All he needs is one solid punch. But the fact that
he's the real life version of One Punch Man.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, he is.
He's literally One Punch Man in real life.
Absolutely, he is. And now granted, 8 2-minute rounds, so they felt like they went pretty quick. Watching it, being in there, I'm sure it wasn't that quick, but
it didn't feel that quick. Especially for Jones because he was just trying to stay on his feet the entire time.
Yeah, but it was as far as fights goes. Oh man, we've seen much worse. We've seen
this was a better fight than Mayweather-McGregor.
Oh yeah, by far.
Well, because Mayweather
got paid like 80 times more than these guys did.
Because Mayweather, he was such a boring boxer.
Yeah.
He was defensive. He blocked.
Right.
He didn't knock a lot of guys out.
Yeah.
Like, his fights weren't entertaining. McGregor, like, his entire, like, and if McGregor wasn't an MMA fighter who had that horrible, like, stance, like, he had that really bad Clubber Lang stance.
Yeah, come on.
And he would, like a cat.
Yeah.
He was looking like a cat out there. Granted, he hit a couple blows in that fight, but McGregor, the Mayweather-McGregor fight was 10 times worse than this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although if you ask my opinion, if Mayweather and McGregor got in the octagon, Mayweather doesn't last 30 seconds.
No, that's total different styles.
Mayweather doesn't last 30 seconds with McGregor.
No, absolutely not. So, different rules, but no, absolutely I agree.
And speaking
which they should do. It's like, all right, you were in my house. Come. Let me. All right. You gotta come to my house and fight this time.
Of blonde white boxers with beards.
Yes.
There was another fight. This was the fight that the internet went crazy on.
Absolutely.
And I went crazy on. I tweeted about it. I tweeted a meme which I am super proud of that I stole from my friend. It was a fight that should not have happened. It was. Hey
man, we're in a pandemic. They're looking for any cards right now that would.
Jake Paul, YouTuber Jake Paul.
Yes.
And former NBA dunk champion, Nate Robinson.
Yes.
Got in a fight.
They did.
And this was terrible. This was a terrible fight to watch. Granted, it was entertaining.
It was to the last punch.
But yeah, it lasted a round and a half.
Right.
Nate Robinson was going into this expecting to just kick the crap out of Jake Paul because he was an athlete, and that's what everyone else thought going into this fight. Everyone was like, oh, yeah, I got to see Jake Paul get punched in the face. Oh, yeah, this is great.
Yeah, well,
he didn't get punched like maybe twice.
Yeah, but he landed a punch.
there were some, okay, we'll get to the punch in like maybe a minute, but I was watching this fight and just wondering what the hell was Nate Robinson doing. And Jake Paul, kudos to him. He took this fight seriously.
Yeah, looked good.
He took this fight seriously. He at least had experience where he kicked the crap out of KSI's brother.
Right.
But at least Jake Paul had experience as a boxer. At least he knows how to fight somewhat. There were so many times in this fight where Nate Robinson had a clear opening. Dude, like, I was sitting there, I'm like, dude, go for the jab. Dude, jab him. Like, dude, go for the jab, bro. Just go for him. Establish the jab. Get to the center of the ring. Land some punches. Yep. Dig for the body, man.
Disorient him. Nope.
Dude, get him tired. Punch him out, man. And just so much wrong. He looked Like I tell you, I'm gonna pull out the Mickey quote. I tell you, he's got heart, but he fights like a goddamn ape. He was out there. He was bull rushing him.
Right.
Most of the time, when he had clear openings to establish his jab, to land a couple punches, to really hurt Jake Paul, and he just bull rushed him and just went, and Jake Paul just grappled him. The ref broke him up. And then Paul would hit him with a good right, and that was what happened. Like
knocked his ass
out.
And
I'm saying, like, and then the second round, we knew what was gonna happen. We knew what was gonna happen. Like, oh yeah, this fight's running away, and then and in the second round, he got knocked down. He got back up. Jake Paul has him in the corner. He's going like, boo, 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 boo. He's leveling the body. He's leveling the head. This is Nate Robinson is essentially a dead man fighting at this point. And then Jake Paul, a YouTuber, let me remind you, a YouTuber knocks him out and knocks out.
Not,
I don't mean
not knocked him down.
Like I don't mean
not knocked him down.
And I don't mean like
although
knocked
he did
down.
go down.
I don't mean like you were barely like you could get up, you barely missed the count. I'm talking out cold. He looks like Apollo Creed in Rocky IV.
Right, who is dead, who got killed, by the way.
Who got killed in that fight. He was on that canvas for a good 3 minutes. And this is not like a Rocky II, Apollo Creed. This is Rocky IV.
Apollo Creed.
Yes. Who was also coincidentally...
AKA he was dead, but yes.
Yes, but dude, he was... let's just watch that replay again. It's Jake Paul in the corner leveling the body. Boom!
Right
right
hook.
Poof.
Right hook, right to the face. Knocked him out.
Dude, cold. Nate Robinson treated this like a street fight.
Yeah, it's not a street
shame
fight.
on him, man.
It's
it was
professional boxing.
And granted, Jake Paul doesn't know how to box either.
No,
but at least he took it seriously. At least he knows somewhat.
Dude ate his mingies that day, man.
Oh yeah, he ate his mingies. Oh, he ate a lot of mingies. Oh, dude, that right had
devastating.
At least 2 boxes worth of mingies in. Just poof.
Yeah, well, if nothing, no matter who these guys are, that was entertaining.
That was so funny to watch. That was so funny to watch. Although I would have wanted Jake Paul to be knocked down on the canvas.
Oh sure. Well, you know, you'll probably see that, I'm sure.
Like, we're watching it. Okay. Jake Paul, okay. He said after the fight that he wants to go after pros. He mentioned Conor McGregor.
Yeah, get out of here.
Conor McGregor.
McGregor would knock him out drunk.
Oh my God.
On his whatever.
A proper 12. He'd have him knocked out drunk 12. On proper 12 whiskey.
Right.
Which I'm sure, even though I'm no alcohol expert, is probably amazing because Conor McGregor is the most Irish guy in the world.
Good point. I don't have any in here, but all right, I'll look into getting some in here. I guess you're a couple years away from that, but
yes, I am a few.
But I'll do it because you can. So
yeah.
This is good,
dude. It's whiskey made by the most Irish person ever. Nobody knows alcohol more than Irish people.
Good point.
And I'm Irish, so you can't. So Irish Twitter, you can't knock me for that.
Yes, Mr. Woolley.
Irish Twitter, you cannot knock me for that. Just like I said about the Italians in that Tony Soprano reference.
Yes. Yeah. But
I'm Irish.
I mean, entertaining night all around, man.
Honestly, I can make fun of any European, like anything, because I'm a mutt.
Yeah.
I'm a European mutt.
So with the success of this, will we see more? Will we see?
We will see more Jake Paul.
Okay, that's
dude, that knockout.
Yeah.
Not for nothing. That's some impressive power.
Right.
Like him being him getting knocked out. That is just he got tactically raw dogged. He was pantsed.
Sure.
By Jake Paul. Him being on the canvas for as long as he was raw power.
Right.
That was raw power. And I'm interested, and even though this might be shocking, I'm actually interested to see where Jake Paul takes his fighting career.
Yeah, he did not look bad.
Because he's got power. He's got so much power. Imagine if he gets...
He's got size. If he gets some training, better, technique.
Dude, imagine him just a little more mechanically sound.
Yeah.
He'd be good. I'd like to see him fight his brother Logan.
I think everyone would want to see
But
that.
although hell, he might challenge KSI for the title.
Yeah. For sure. Well, will we see more Tyson? Will we see Tyson Buster Douglas?
Oh my God, that
can we get that?
I don't know.
What do we need to do to get that?
I don't know.
The rematch.
Although the thing I have been hearing,
Buster.
I've been hearing Tyson Holyfield 3.
I would love to see that too. Holyfield could wear ear guards, whatever. No biting.
Yes, no biting.
I would see.
Although, Grant, this isn't like 90s psychopath Mike Tyson. This is 2020.
I don't know, man.
54-year-old wholesome teddy bear Mike Tyson.
Man. I say you don't really run from who you truly are, and we know Mike Tyson can. He's a killer, man. He's a killer. But I think he's learned his lesson. Yeah, he did seem very gracious. His attitude, I see mellowed out.
This is happy Tyson.
It might have been all the marijuana, but
I love old Mike Tyson.
Right.
Old Mike Tyson is so funny. It's just
it's a character.
Like dude, just sitting down having a drink with him must be so fun.
Yeah, I wonder if I can work on that. He was doing Comic-Cons for a little while. I just never got to meet him. But
dude, you'd meet Mike Tyson, you'd be like, what the? You'd be like,
yeah. I'd have him sign my Mike Tyson, my Punch-Out poster. Go get a Punch-Out poster.
Dude, yeah, I have a Punch-Out poster somewhere.
Yeah. That
I got at Comic-Con, Asbury Park Comic-Con for free.
Oh, nice.
For naming all the fighters in that.
I would. Vander Holyfield wants to fight Mike Tyson for a third time. No more excuses. It says here.
He's challenging him.
Yeah. I imagine Holyfield's in pretty decent shape still. I haven't seen him lately, but I think that makes total sense. I think it makes total sense.
Dude, Tyson Holyfield, that would be.
I think it'd be a good
awesome
fight. And they both kind of have something to prove too.
Dude, although Tyson and Holyfield are friends now.
Yeah. So was Apollo and Rocky at the end of Rocky 3. Ding ding.
Yes. Yeah. Like Rocky 1, Rocky and Apollo were friends. Right. Then Rocky goes distance against Apollo. Apollo starts to hate Rocky.
Right.
And then Rocky and Rocky 2, he's too stupid to see who's like Mick, no, I don't talk too good, but what's Apollo saying over there? No, you don't look too good, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Adrian, what the hell is wrong with this guy? You're smart, you got the brain, you're smart, no, Adrian.
Yeah, we need to see that fight. I would love to see Tyson Buster Douglas.
Okay, Tyson Holyfield 3 is the main rematch. Okay, if it's Tyson Buster Douglas, Tyson's gonna kill him. Although everyone thought that.
We thought that back in the
Tokyo
day. Dome, my friend.
Everyone thought about that, and then
whatever year that was, 1990. 1990.
I think it might have been like 88 or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I would love to. Wow, that was a long time ago. Now that I think about it. But that was, 1990, February 11th, 1990 at the Tokyo Dome. And Mike Tyson not been knocked down at any point until that fight. Knocked down. It was pretty...
Although I heard Joe Rogan actually did a count.
Sure. Yeah, the count. Yeah, the count was not... Yeah, the count...
Okay, there was...
The
granted,
count was...
Okay,
there
were some
probably should have been counted out in the eighth. Yes.
Okay, there were some coups there. Yeah, Buster Douglas.
But come on, you gotta.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Get out of here. That was the right thing to do. So. We'll go to the. Well, here. I think this is the knockdown in the eighth where he gets hit with a pretty wicked uppercut. Let's go back to that. So we had eighth round. Both the guys swinging around, but yeah, Tyson lands pretty devastating uppercut.
Yeah, you can see where he lands that.
Bam! Right
Boom,
there.
Right
Bam.
there.
Stuns him. Knocks
and then
him
Mike
down.
Tyson thinks, okay.
I got this. Right.
Thanks
It's a good uppercut. Solid uppercut. Would have felled most men. But no, Buster which you can see he's with it. He's all right. I got this. Whereas later on, I'll go over to Tyson getting knocked out, which is
Where was
devastating
that punch?
combination.
Just
It's a
boom.
five. He just lands 5 of them. Just 5 of them. Bam, bam,
Boom, that right.
bam,
1, 2,
bam, bam.
bang,
Just combination.
bang,
He's
bang.
just
Oh,
keeps
the
hitting him.
uppercut.
Bam.
Boom.
Deadly combination.
Imagine what it was like being in that crowd that day.
Oh my God! It's like, holy crap! Did that just happen? Yeah,
like,
he's
oh my
looking-
God, Mike Tyson
He's
just got knocked
confused.
down.
He's looking for his mouth guard.
Oh man,
Puts it back in backwards. He's
what the hell
he's
is
wobbly,
going
and that's
on?
it.
What the hell is
Over. It's
going
over.
on?
It's
It's
over.
happening. Well, Buster Douglas doesn't know what's going on. We're gonna keep going with the Rocky references. He was like Rocky at the end of Rocky 2.
Yeah. So
So
1990.
what the hell happened?
So that was, jeez, man, that was 30 years ago.
30
All right, I
years
don't.
ago.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what shape Buster Douglas is in, but
Tyson, Buster Douglas.
Buster Douglas now. I would welcome the opportunity. He says.
Oh my God! Oh, dude! Oh, it's
The
the battle of
challenge.
the old men.
The challenge. I don't know. I really don't know what kind of shape he's in right now, though.
He's probably in really shitty shape because, dude, like, I doubt Buster Douglas is.
Yeah, he's looking a little big right now.
Gotta lose some weight.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know Buster Douglas's current stats right now. But yeah. You know what? For I don't know, a couple $1,000,000, I would get back into shape. I would
Oh,
go
wow, yeah.
hit the treadmill.
Hit the treadmill, lose some weight.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I would watch it.
What? Right?
A
Yeah.
lot of people
That's
would
the
watch it.
bottom line.
Yeah.
You'd watch it.
That's a movie script right there, man.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
Come back and fight 31 years later. That'd be crazy.
Dude, Mike Tyson, you'd think he wants some kind of revenge on.
All right. Right now, everything is looking up, Douglas said in a recent Associated Press interview, noting he struggles with diabetes.
Well,
That's probably not good.
Yeah. Yeah.
From a fight standpoint. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. I see definitely more Tyson fights on the horizon. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Keep, don't let yourself go yet, Mike.
Yeah. Man, just do it, man.
It was good. In 2020, what a great story.
What, dude?
What a great story for 2020. I mean,
Dude,
come on.
Mike Tyson coming back just for a good fight.
Yeah,
A good fight where he looked great.
right.
Again, I can't stress that enough. How great he truly looked
Yeah, for sure. So good job.
on last Saturday night or last Friday night, or whenever that fight was.
I read a story here. I want to get your opinion on it. Basically, could Michael Brantley be the Yankees' plan B after DJ LeMahieu?
Well, I mean,
I wanted your opinion on that.
the plan B to DJ LeMahieu, first of all, should be Francisco Lindor.
That's what
And
I was thinking.
The plan B to not Francisco. Okay.
It's like plan C or D.
Okay, guys, plan C.
Yeah.
Plan C to DJ LeMahieu is signing Michael Brantley. And I like Michael Brantley.
Sure.
I think he's a great
he's no
I think
LeMahieu,
he's a
but-
great hitter.
Right.
But DJ LeMahieu and both of them are the same age. And I recently heard from I think the Score reported it that DJ LeMahieu is asking for 5 years at $100 million.
Okay, would
no
you take
stake in
him-
profit share.
Yeah,
no
that's
no
like-
stake in profit share. No stake in profit share like I've been suggesting.
Right. That's
but
not happening.
but I will say that 5 years and $100 million. I personally think that's a steal, man. $20 million
That's a
a
total
year.
steal for DJ.
For that, dude. If Hal Steinbrenner is too cheap for that,
Yeah. Then let him
Good
let him go
Lord.
make 120 with the Mets then.
well, yeah,
Which they may 5 years takes him to what, age 37?
yeah, 37 in a game. His game ages so well, though.
It seems like it. Yes.
He's
I
not a
think
power hitter. Aaron Judge is gonna have a steep decline.
Sure.
DJ LeMahieu will not have a steep
He should
decline.
be pretty steady. Wow. Well, the drama continues then. The waiting continues.
I
Where's he
swear
going?
to God. I swear to God, if Hal Steinbrenner does not open the bank for
He-
this guy,
He should.
he should.
Definitely
Like
should.
I don't. okay, if his first first of all, it's concerning enough that his first concern is the luxury tax. The
Oh, now they start worrying about that? Come on.
the revenue loss. Oh my God, we're in the hole this year, man. Yeah, every single other team's in the hole.
Right.
Guess what? They're still gonna go out and sign their free agents.
Yeah. Sell a couple of your cars. Just get.
Dude,
get
my God, just sign them. Serious, man. This is getting stupid.
I agree. It's get well.
If they sell it on average annual value, from what I'm hearing right now, it's the Yankees want 4 years, LeMahieu's camp want 5.
Yeah.
If that is the discrepancy
It probably is.
between you and your MVP, the best player on your team as of right now, yes, I said it. Then find another day job, man. Because you clearly don't care enough about baseball to have that be the big fork in the road between winning a World Series and being a consistent ALDS exit. Right. So I'll just leave it at that. The narrative's getting stale. Break the bank for him already. Just do it, man. Just do it.
As with each week, we wait and
do it. Do it. Oh my God, do it.
Although to be fair, not much has happened on the hot stove lately. There really hasn't been that much happening. Nothing earth-shattering for sure. So we'll figure it out. Another story I saw on your Twitter: the NHL now are they good?
For the love.
Now there's a force.
Holy, God.
Concessions. They want $300 million in concessions. Owners want to possibly enact a force majeure clause to possibly not play the season, and they had discussed a start date of January 1st, which is in like 3 weeks. So, yeah, it's coming up quick, is what I'm saying. And Kevin Woolley is
my God,
slowly dying. Everybody.
I have been on this planet for 16 years.
Yes.
Not a long time.
No. And
2 of those years have been without hockey to some extent.
Yep.
We are on the verge of a third.
Right. In 16 years. That's ridiculous.
What the hell? Okay, and
that's almost 20%.
I've been praising Gary Bettman as a commissioner for so long.
I don't know why. But
well, the expansion. That's why he's growing the game.
All right.
I judge a commissioner based on where the game is at compared to where they were before. Okay, under his grant. Okay, I'm gonna defend him now before I rip him apart in a couple seconds.
You do that.
Gary Bettman extended hockey to California. Dude, San Jose, for all intents and purposes, is a hockey town now.
Yes.
In the 1990s, in LA, you couldn't go a city block without seeing a Wayne Gretzky jersey.
Yes.
And in 2012, the 2010s, you couldn't go a city block without seeing like an Anze Kopitar or a Jonathan Quick jersey or a Drew Doughty jersey. In Anaheim, granted the Angels are still king there, but the Ducks have been really good. There's a big hate triangle in California, and it's great. It's great for hockey in that.
Sure.
Like, hockey is better off on the West Coast than it was before Gary Bettman, and I commend him for that.
Okay.
And Las Vegas. Everyone thought that the Raiders were going to take over Vegas.
No, they have not.
But the Raiders are now second fiddle to the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Vegas is a hockey town now.
Which is pretty crazy. A desert is a hockey town.
A desert is a hockey town.
Yeah.
Nashville. That's probably a hockey town now. In 2017,
my
God.
2017 when I was there, absolutely.
2017, God, it was all the talk about Pecorine, Philip Forsberg, the Preds, they're going to do it. And they didn't do it, but it's the thought that counts. Sure. Nashville is a hockey town.
Sure, they got
Tampa Bay. Dude, Tampa Bay? Oh, dude, they love their bolts down there. They go nuts for them.
Good point. All right, you've made your case.
In Texas, no, nobody gives a shit about the Stars.
Not really.
Yes.
But yes, this season, 2021, it's not looking good.
So this
But
can
they
only
can't
be
not
this
play.
can this can only be good for the Devils because they're not on some ticking clock.
No, but I want to.
They're not on a clock. Even though I do want to see these guys, I'd like to see them develop. I'd like to see Jack Hughes more refurbished.
He needs to play.
Like I'd like to see a refurbished and new and improved Jack Hughes. I want
Right.
to see Nico Hischier take another step. I
Sure.
want to see Jesper Bratt. I want to see Jesper Bratt more of his nasty breakaway moves.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see more PK Subban and those big slappers.
Yes.
With a coach that actually knows how to use them.
Yes. This is what I want to see. I don't.
Lindy Ruff is not a defensive mastermind, but he knows enough not to play PK Subban on the penalty kill. I want to see this power play with Mark Recchi running things, who
Yes.
ran a unit in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but none of this
Like,
happens
I
if
wanna
they
see-
don't play. We don't
like-
see any of this if they don't play this year.
Yes, we don't see any of this.
And it's not good for the sport.
Yes, it's
It's
terrible.
not good for the fans.
Terrible for the sport. Terrible.
It's not good for anybody.
It's terrible. And if there's another lockout,
Yeah, it's not.
so help me God. So help me God if there's another lockout. Why we'll lose if there is another lockout. My God.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. It does make no sense. A lockout.
And the playoffs went really well, I thought.
Yeah, the playoffs were great.
Yeah.
Dude, the NHL had the best system out of any
I
sport.
agree. And so I don't. Yeah, and
But I love how people thought that the MLB was the worst to do COVID did the NFL.
oh, yeah, come on, yeah, and yeah.
Congratulations, Roger Goodell. You made yourself look like more of a bumbling hack than Rob Manfred.
Yeah, that's not easy. So
That not easy. That's like beating Mike Tyson in Punch Out blindfolded.
right. Yeah.
Blindfolded and after smoking a pound of marijuana. That is kind of that is how hard it is
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
Make yourself
Batman
look
is,
more
of 2
bad
days
than
ago says it's a work in progress. NHL's quotes taking our time planning for the start of the season.
and as of 41 minutes ago, NHL now focusing on a mid-January
Okay,
season
smart.
start date.
Smart. I don't. Yeah. Shoot, take another. Go to February. I don't care. Play the games.
You play some hockey,
Play
man.
the games.
I don't give a shit like what happens with the Devils. They're not making the playoffs.
Oh, stranger things have happened, but
I mean, this Devils team can make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They've got a good foundation.
yeah.
They're going in the right direction. And by going in the right direction, I'm saying they're going in a direction.
Which all right. It's better than no direction, right?
Not like a no direction,
Right.
like this entire decade.
So it says they're working on either a 52 or 56 regular season game season. That's
A good sample
That's
size.
almost as much as baseball. So
That's a great sample size
Yep,
for hockey.
for sure, absolutely. But so they're gonna have to do like the All Canada division, then, right?
The All
With the
Canada
border
division.
being
I'm also
closed.
hearing that the Devils would be in the division with the Boston Bruins.
interesting.
Kill me.
Interesting.
The Bruins, over the years, you've seen it. They kill the Devils
They do.
every single year. I mean, sure, they'll win a couple times, maybe. They'll squeak out a couple wins, but most of the time, the Bruins kill the Devils.
Yeah. Well, we got 7 teams up in Canada. Yeah, they'll be fine up there. Interesting. Well, I you know what? I don't care. I just want to see. I just want to see hockey played.
Yeah, man.
Just get it done and stop
True
crying
that.
about
Yes.
crying about money. Think about your futures, owners.
Yes.
If you don't play this year, there may not be a future.
I mean, they're going to have hockey in 2021-22. Logistically, they're
So-
probably going to have hockey in 2021-22. If the collective bargaining agreement
Yes.
doesn't,
Yes.
like, if the collective bargaining agreement does not get in the way of things like that.
Right.
Which, knowing the NHL and how collective bargaining agreements work,
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably leaning toward another lockout. Okay, 2022-23.
Okay, let's increase the
Okay.
timetable. Yes. For
in
sure.
that ballpark.
Yes.
Yes. We will see hockey. Probably. Most likely.
Yeah. Well, we got baseball back.
Yeah.
That was a miracle.
Yeah, we got baseball.
That was a miracle. So yes, let's. Yeah. Do I buy my reverse retro jersey now, or do I wait, or
you wait for them to level out the prices.
right, or well, I don't want to say this sucked, but it looks. I think they sent Kevin one.
Yeah, they did send Kevin one. Yes.
Yeah, which all right. He did.
Well, it's on his Insta.
Oh, you're right. He didn't put it on Twitter. Why wouldn't you put it on Twitter? All right, whatever. He should have put it on. Maybe. All right. Well, he didn't put it on Twitter.
That is a shared universe guest alum, Kevin Smith.
That's right. Hey, Adidas. If I get one, I'll put it on everything.
Oh yeah.
I probably won't get 26,000 likes, but I'll get. I could probably get a fraction of that. Looks good. I like it, man.
That is nice.
I like it.
It's perfect for Kevin Smith because it's the weed jersey, man. Jay and
It is
Silent
the
Bob.
weed. It was green, very green.
Yeah, it's the Jay and Silent
It's
Bob.
very green. Yeah, I got no problem with the Devil's Reverse. I know. I think.
Isn't he an Oilers fan though?
All right. He's a Devils fan because he grew up here. Then he got back in 2008. He became obsessed with Wayne Gretzky and smoking weed at the same time. So he's not. I wouldn't say he's an Oilers fan as much as he is a Wayne Gretzky fan. So, but then for a while he was wearing with his own logo, but with the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Blank. So everyone thought he was a Blackhawks fan.
And then you got the Fat Man jersey, which is an Oilers jersey.
Which is an Oilers jersey, yeah, for sure. So
he's never worn a Devils, except in this scenario. He's never worn a Devils jersey in any of his movies.
He should get some. Well, he doesn't really wear the hockey jerseys anymore either. Now he wears a blazer since he lost all that weight. But he needs to do a reverse retro with his logos on them.
Dude,
cool.
That would be awesome.
That'd be cool. So, hashtag shop or at Adidas Hockey. What size are you? XL.
I am
a hockey jersey. I think you're in right. I think that's an
XL or a double XL. I don't think I'm a double XL anymore. I did shave down just enough.
Nice. Yeah, and I'll take a smaller medium. Thank you very much. Okay, so. And,
yes.
Yeah.
A women's medium.
Women's. Hey man. Okay. If it fits, it fits. I'm not gonna argue genders here. So yeah, a jersey's a jersey, man. Yeah, so those are our sizes. You can send them to the Shared Universe office. Thank you very much. So
yes, please.
Any mailbag today?
Okay.
Or?
Yes, a little bit of a mailbag today. We got a couple. God, my friend sent okay, the image is loading. From Dr. Salt, are you racist? No. Also from Dr. Salt.
Absolutely not.
Will the Giants win the East? Maybe. We talked about this before.
I'll say I won't be surprised.
Yeah, well, I definitely wouldn't be surprised.
I won't be surprised, but I will be surprised if that makes any sense.
Well, yes.
Does that make sense, Dr. Salt?
Yes.
I know we don't really commit to anything here at the Karen Woolley show.
We don't.
But,
yeah.
But but that answer should sum up everything that we have to say about the Giants.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Salt.
And this is from Hollow. Is this the most wholesome image you've ever seen?
What is the image of?
It's some guy on the Giants wearing an Ole Miss bucket hat and hoodie. I don't know if that's Joe Judge or I don't know who this is. Honestly, God, I can't tell who this is.
Okay. Well.
Joe Judge. Okay, it is Joe Judge wearing Ole Miss gear after losing a bet. Oh, that's funny. Okay, this is a very wholesome image. Wholesome 100.
Hey, I like that. When the man loses a bet, he pays the price. I like it. Oh, it was with Evan Engram. Yeah, what I was like, wait, what is this bet in regards to? And Ole Miss defeated Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl last Saturday. So.
Oh yeah.
31-24.
Yes.
Joe Judge played for the Bulldogs from 2000 to 2004. Started his coaching career there in 2005. Okay,
Damn.
makes sense.
That's
But,
dude. That's like you losing a bet and wearing Ohio State gear.
oh God, so that's tough, man.
Although Michigan Ohio State is a little
It's
bit more
of a rivalry, I would say. Yeah.
heated.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Although Hollow, yes, Wholesome 100, Keanu Chungus 100 Reddit gold. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger, Keanu Chungus. Very great stuff. Great stuff. So yeah, that's it for the mailbag. I kind of forgot
Nice.
until 3:49
Yeah.
today.
Oh, that sweat.
No
That's
more, no more news on that front.
All right.
I need to see. If we're looking to fill up time, I got into a little bit of a Twitter argument with a couple friends of mine.
Oh, what?
When it was if you could take away one of these 4 film franchises.
I saw that. Okay,
Between Harry Potter, Star Wars, MCU, and Lord of the Rings. One of my friends said I'd take away Lord of the Rings.
That's tough.
How are these people saying Lord of the Rings not getting ratioed to death?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Definitely not taking away Star Wars or Marvel. So, I mean, I have no love for Harry Potter either, really.
Well, dude, Harry Potter is one of the most in terms of all.
But you know what?
In terms
like
of all
a
these
million-
giant film franchises,
Yeah.
Harry Potter's overrated. I'm stamping that. Harry Potter's overrated.
I'm gonna agree with you.
I stamp that.
I
It's
will agree
not
with you.
worthy of its own exhibit at Universal.
It's very popular though.
I know it's extremely popular. I don't know what reason.
It sells tickets.
Yes.
However, there is no like orc battle in Harry Potter. There's no battle
Yes.
in Harry Potter that matches up with many of the battles in, the Lord
in
of the
Return
Rings
of the
series.
King.
Right. Yes.
It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
match up with the Ents storming that tower.
Right. Yeah. Are there any walking trees in Harry Potter? I don't think so. Maybe
maybe I don't know. There's a lot of
there's a
weird
walking
shit.
tree in Marvel.
Yes, yeah. There's
Yeah,
Groot.
Yeah.
Groot.
Yeah. And there's a walking carpet in Star Wars. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I will agree with you. Yeah. If I had to give up, yeah, probably.
Yes, Harry Potter.
I'm sorry,
Yes.
but-
There's so much. It's just why so many. How are the people saying Lord of the Rings in this reply section not getting ratioed to death?
I don't know. I think a lot of people find those movies boring.
Okay, and the
to be
people
honest
that
with
are
you.
saying, and oh my God, someone called Lord of the Rings white supremacist. Oh my God, I hate Twitter. I hate Twitter so much.
Yeah. And this isn't like a moral argument. It's like which one, content-wise, is better or worse, and which one would you take away? It's not. That has nothing to do with the morals of the author or whatever. But yeah, of course, everyone's got to go there. But yes.
Everyone's talking about Harry Potter and how J.K. Rowling's like a
she's
transphobic
apparently,
hack,
yeah,
which she is.
Sure, but she's also a billionaire, so
Like she is. Granted, she is both of those things.
yes, yeah, you can
She's
be
both those
you can
things.
be both.
Yeah,
You don't have to
can
like
be
both.
Yeah,
yeah, but
she can be both.
yeah, but see you later, Harry. Yeah, expectronum Harry Potter. See you later.
Yes.
Make it disappear. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. Just want to appreciate Lord of the Rings. As they're saying, oh, the other 3 are more entertaining. I'm like, Lord of the Rings is
pretty
a better.
pretty dang entertaining. Man. I don't
Dude,
know.
Lord of the Rings. Granted, there is a lot of downtime in these movies, and they're really long.
There is, and you know that Return
They
of the
are-
King has 13 endings, but
Dude,
yes,
Wait. There's 13.
it feels like
ending.
13. I haven't actually gone and counted them. It feels like 13. It ends 13 times.
Yes.
Go back and check the
Yes,
game tape.
I think. Well, it's like a 4-hour marathon.
It's yes. You
Okay.
should go to the
Okay, in
bathroom
all these
before it
movies-
starts.
The only one to win Best Picture was Return of the King.
True.
Although, if you ask me my opinion, I think that Empire Strikes Back
Oh,
should
by
have
far.
swept
If you're
the
gonna take
Oscars in 19
everything in these libraries and name the best one, Empire Strikes Back.
Yes,
by far,
Empire Strikes
for sure,
Back.
for sure.
And in the other, are there
You know-
really any? Okay,
You know,
what
Endgame
MC
comes close though. but
okay. Personally, in my
great.
opinion, I think Infinity War is
It's
the
fair-
most
is-
Oscar quality.
Sure.
Or Winter Soldier.
Right.
Winter Soldier should have at least gotten some consideration.
Where Soldier's very.
Although
good.
it sucks, although one Marvel movie has been up for Best Picture, and that was Black Panther.
Yes. Also a very good.
Well,
movie.
yes, great movie. great movie, and
But yeah, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Come on, that's the Oscar moment right there.
dude, that is just amazing.
Yeah.
Infinity War was the right way to subvert expectations.
Absolutely.
Unlike what Ryan Johnson, filmmaker extraordinaire, tried doing in Star Wars,
Yeah, I don't
The
even.
Last Gasp for Relevance.
Right. I don't even really have to watch those movies anymore because The Mandalorian exists now. and
I
The Mandalorian is
have not
awesome.
caught up on that.
That's all right. I'm not going to spoil anything.
I need to catch up on it.
But I will say this, and no spoilers for anybody. Just when you didn't think they could top an episode, they do. Week after week, every episode gets better, and you're thinking like, how could they possibly? And then they do, and it's crazy.
I remember there was a whole controversy with like Anita Sarkeesian decided to spew off on her from her horrible brain.
Yeah.
Again, decide to say that why the Mandalorian women have different armor. I'm like, like
on.
they're built different.
They're built different. They have all the Mandalorian armor is like suited to personal preference. It's
Yes.
come on, get out of here.
Like, get the hell out of here,
Get
man.
out of here. And you can't. This is why we can't have nice things.
Like, why does Anita Sarkeesian still have a Twitter account?
I don't know.
Why does
I
she
do
still
not know.
like her? She made her entire career basically ripping on video games and saying like claiming to be a game journalist, and all she did was talk about how video games were awful and sexist and whatnot.
Right. Come on.
And how they sexualized women, even though have you seen some of the Street Fighter characters?
Sure. Yeah.
Like, dude, I could just literally say, look at Hanzo.
Yeah.
Look at Hanzo in Overwatch. That guy's not wearing anything. Roadhog? Yeah. Roadhog in Overwatch?
Yeah, come on.
Dude, the guy's, he doesn't wear a shirt.
Yeah.
Granted, he's fat, but he doesn't wear a shirt.
That's a type as well, so.
But, yeah. Just, I did not think I was gonna rant about Anita Sarkeesian today. Anyways.
Yeah, you know.
I haven't heard name since 2016.
Right,
and
get it out.
Like,
okay,
yes,
bam,
yes.
done. Okay.
All right.
Rant over.
All right. Yeah, there's not really anything else I
we did
can
good this
talk
week.
about. Yeah, that was the only big bit of news.
Yeah.
There was nothing really big in baseball. But, I mean, maybe next week we might have something in baseball.
Let's
might
hope
have
so.
something on that front.
Hope so. Hopefully it's positive.
Hopefully it's positive. It'll probably be negative, but
Probably.
positive. Hopefully it's positive.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah. From Ming Chen, the Shared Universe Podcast Studio. I'm Cameron Woolley. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Cam Woolley Show. That's spelled Woolley.
LLEY.
WOLLEY. Yeah, my God, I even screwed up my own last name. Okay. And yeah. Stay classy, New Jersey.